So what's going on, guys? My name is MrDalekJD, and in this video we're going to be talking about dragons in ZETSUBOU no Shima. It's not the first time I spoke about dragons, but we have a brand new cipher that was just solved on the map, which links in quite well with the idea of us seeing dragons in the foreseeable future. Now, this cipher was originally spotted by Ricardo Hub on the Call of Duty Zombies Reddit, and if you want to find this in your game, this is located near the bottom zipline where the skull fountain for the ritual is, and there's a box next to that fountain, and the side face and the wall weapon has this note on it. Straight away you can tell this note is written by Division 9 because of their logo on it, and this is a really interesting note. A huge thanks goes to Certain Personio and DC Revolution Gaming for both working together and discovering this. Certain Personio had a lot of involvement in working this out, but DC Revolution finally got the message. I'll post the Reddit thread down below so you can see this original post and see the working out of it as well, but this translates to an awesome message which says, Division 9 Project D update to Group 935. The specimens have been manufactured to be asexual. We felt it was best to remove the primal urges of the sexes, as this will make them far easier to control. That being said, they are still extremely dangerous. You must have the mechanical control collars and proper frequency set and applied when the specimens reach the juvenile stage. After seeing what they are capable of, your stalemate on the Eastern Front with the Russians will soon come to an end. Now, holy crap, when I first read that, for some reason I thought it was something to do with the test subjects, but this is 1,000,000% to do with the dragons, and I've made previous videos talking about the secret room you get transported to in ZETSUBOU no Shima, where we have raw dragon eggs which have just hatched, as well as blueprints for dragons, as well as a blueprint of what looks to be a sort of mechanical controller for a dragon. So looking at this cipher message bit by bit, we can work out some really interesting stuff. This is a message from Division 9, which is reporting back to Group 935. The specimens have been manufactured to be asexual. So we know that Division 9 were working on this crazy sort of project involving manufacturing multiple dragons. These aren't natural, they were manufactured. They've created these dragon specimens. And these dragons have been genetically manufactured to be asexual, which means they have no sexual feelings or desires, meaning that these dragons won't be able to breed or essentially be like normal animals, which naturally will be attracted to the other sex. They've been built literally for the sole purpose of whatever Group 935 want them to, and that Division 9 have been making for them. Now, even with them being asexual, they felt it was best to remove the primal urges of the sexes, as this will make them far easier to control. That being said, they are still extremely dangerous, and of course dragons are extremely dangerous, we know that, and they're saying you must have the mechanical control collars and proper frequency set and applied when they reach the juvenile stage. Now, of course, we don't have dragons of this size and magnitude in real life, so we can base this off the life cycle of a bearded dragon, which goes from being a small hatchling when it's born to then being in the juvenile stage, which starts around 6 months to 1 year after it's born, and that is the most fun time for a dragon. During the juvenile stage, they're much better hunters, and it's when the distinct male versus female characteristics start to develop, and it becomes more clear in a clutch housed together who the dominant males are. So essentially, from them being a hatchling to being 6 months to a year old, where they're a very small dragon, during this stage, that's when apparently Group 935 should apply the mechanical control collars and proper frequency set, which is extremely interesting. Perhaps these dragons have been manufactured to be fine-tuned to certain frequencies, where if a certain frequency is played, that's when they can be controlled. Now, looking back at Der Eisendrache, there was a cipher which said Division 9 has completed the resurrection of the ancient beasts for your Eastern Front. We expect Group 935 to reciprocate the favour. In this cipher message, it ends with, after seeing what they are capable of, your stalemate on the Eastern Front with the Russians will soon come to an end. So those two ciphers are directly linked with each other. Division 9 have created these dragons for Group 935 as part of a favour to help them win at the stalemate on the Eastern Front with the Russians, and we know we're going to Russia in the next Zombies map. Now, World War II is quite heavily involved in the zombie storyline in Black Ops 3 at the moment anyway, and we know that Group 935 are German, Division 9 are Japanese, and they're trying to win the war, and they're working together to try and beat the Russians, and they're using what seems to be the dragons as their kind of like secret weapon. And from the blueprints in that hidden room, we're definitely controlling a dragon by the looks of things in the next DLC map. I've already made a video talking about the possibility of us controlling it simply from the blueprints alone, but with this Cipher message, it is pretty much concrete, set in stone now. It's obvious there's going to be something involving dragons in our next map, and controlling them is definitely going to be a possibility. I cannot imagine zombies having dragons where we can actually fly around the map and physically see the map below us and we're flying on dragons. Perhaps even getting around the map could be sort of like in a way of the Ascension Lunar Landers. You're instead riding a dragon to take you over to a certain area. How ridiculously cool would that be? I'm not sure how exactly this is going to work in a zombies map. I have faith in Treyarch, of course, that they'll do something great, and the fact they're teasing this pretty much hints that we're getting this, and this is going to be pretty damn awesome. Toffin even says in ZETSUBOU no Shima, this is the last we will see of the dragon for now. So that is pretty much confirmed. We are getting playable, controllable dragons somehow in the next DLC. Let me know your thoughts on this, and also if you're hyped, make sure to drop a like rating on the video and subscribe to keep yourself updated with the latest zombies information as soon as it drops. But again, big shout out to Certain Personio and DC Revolution Gaming for cracking this cipher. It's been around 2 or 3 weeks since it was discovered, and it's only just been discovered today and cracked properly. So thank you guys, thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully catch another one very, very soon.